Hello there, welcome to another week of weekly psychic readings, psychic insights. So we're doing this from the 25th of February through to the 3rd of March. So that's from the Sunday through the Monday through to the Sunday. Okay, so I hope you've all had a good week and gotten through this supermoon energy. Okay, so how I do the readings is I work with my spirit guides and I ask them to please come close and give everyone out there exactly what they need for the upcoming week. Give them healing that they need and help me present the information in the best possible way for you to understand. Okay, so just give me a sec, I'll just tune in, seal off, and we'll get the reading underway. One sec. Okay, so really, there's been a fair bit of, stuff coming up from the surface. There's been a lot of shifting going on. And this hasn't just been in for this next coming week or from the previous week. They're saying this has actually been building up for, they're telling me about 6 weeks actually. So this goes right through till, early sort of mid-January. But there's this real shift of consciousness going on at the moment, and this is really cutting away that stuff that doesn't, you don't need anymore, that stuff that doesn't serve you anymore. And it's that thing about to go easy on yourself. A fair few of you out there have experienced some tiredness, some really sort of lack of motivation, some lack of mental clarity and emotional clarity and this sort of thing. Other people have felt super energized and super with it, just depending on where you're at. So it's that thing about don't compare yourself at the moment to what's happening to your friends, the person next to you, whatever it is. Everyone is going through this kind of period in a very different way, and it's as an individual as you are on what's going to happen and where you're at and what's going to happen over this next week and that sort of thing. So this is really about being good to yourself. And they're just reminding me about the fact that what comes up in my weekly readings quite a lot is being of service to yourself and being good to yourself and putting yourself first. Now, the reason that David wants to speak about this today is because what you hear from a lot of other places is be of service to others and that sort of thing. And that's beautiful. It's really important to be of service to others. But what we want to present with you today is that service starts at home. So you can only give to other people as much as you're giving to yourself. And it's that thing where the more balanced you're at, the more balanced you are, the more loving you are, the more appropriate you are with your own needs and your own feelings and your own wants and being gentle and respectful to yourself, you're able to then produce that for other people. They're saying, this week, why not go out a little bit and just think about one thing that you might be able to do for somebody else. Think about something that's going on, a friend that's going through a difficult time, and just lend an ear. Don't even, you don't have to say anything all the time. You just have to be there. You just have to go, okay, cool, and just listen, and ask them what they might need. Ask them. And, at the very same time, this is about asking yourself, what do you need? What's going on in your life at the moment where you really need to give yourself something, where you really need to do something for yourself? What is it that's going on where you can be more appropriate for what's going on in your life at the moment and for what you're able to, how can you convey that goodness, to yourself? And by doing this, it's that thing about when you're strong within yourself, and they're saying that this is quite Buddhist in this way, that when you're really strong in yourself, then you're able to really help other people. The Buddha decided to concentrate on himself. The original glutton Buddha decided to concentrate on himself, and to reach enlightenment. And when he reached enlightenment, he was able to go and help everyone else that needed it. But he decided that the one person that needed the help the most was him. And when he was sorted, he can go and help and sort other people. So this is the sort of thing that keeps coming through, and this sort of energy that keeps coming through with service. But, you don't have to go to that point. You can always help people out along the way, but it's when it's done in love, when it's done through not trying to gain brownie points, not trying to gain any kind of anything. I'm going to build up a certain amount of karma here, so I'm going to do something good here that's going to help me down the track. Mate, really, that's something different again entirely. So, what can you do for yourself? How can you put yourself in the best possible situation? And how can you help that one person? How can you do that one thing throughout this week? And that sort of thing. We're not going to go through the days of the week. They're saying we're already doing it at the moment. So part of this week that's coming up, it's about letting go as well. And it's about sort of really being gentle and being more kind and being more kind of more accepting about what's going on. And they're talking about, the cyclone. As I live in the Sunshine Coast, they're talking about the cyclone. And the thing is, when cyclones come in, they need to express themselves. They need to get that energy out there. Gaia creates these so that energy can move, can shift, can change things. Things can be broken down. Other things can be regenerated from, the kind of if you want to call it destruction or that tearing down of the old, so the new can come through. So this is about, really staying in center and really staying balanced and really kind of going, okay, well, what needs to be torn down in my life? What do I need to look at? And I can feel a few people out there, they've got patterns around old friends and people that just don't serve them anymore. And it's that thing where as soon as I said that, I can hear, but it's hard to let go of that. It's hard to let go of these relationships in which I've held so dear for so many years, and they've been so beautiful. But this is the thing, it's about honouring them. It's about honouring those people which are probably just don't suit you anymore. And the thing is, you probably don't suit them anymore, and that's why this thing's coming up. But it's really about honouring that time that you've had with them and giving them the love they deserve, which is going, I love you so much that I need to let you go. I need to let you be free and go and do whatever you need to do. I love you that much, and I've had so many beautiful times with you that I need you to go and experience new people, new things, and go and do your own thing, and that sort of thing. Now that's love, and that's really difficult to do. I've experienced this myself, and it's really, really bloody hard sometimes. But it's that thing that they're telling me this is true love. This is where really love stems from. And the reason I'm getting a bit teary at the moment is because it's so difficult sometimes to be able to be okay with that, to be okay with that process, and to let these feelings come through. It's really hard to express things sometimes and to accept them and to go, this is, I'm going through a grieving period at the moment. I'm going through a really difficult period, and that could be about my friends, it could be about my relationship, it could be about where I'm at in life, and it's okay to grieve. It's saying just like David is crying right now, and he's crying tears of love that's pouring through for you people out there, and it's tears of healing. And it's saying, if you could imagine that every tear that comes down David's face at the moment, there is 1,000 beings in spirit that are with you. There are 1,000 beings in spirit that are helping you, but they need you to bring them in. They need you. They need you to ask them to come close. They need you to ask them to help you. And then it's about being open. It's about accepting. It's about seeing those opportunities and going for it. It's about really thinking about how can I make the best loving choice for myself at the moment, and how can I really honour myself in the best possible way, you know. And sometimes, and they're saying this is just a fact of life, it is letting go. It's those cycles that we go through, and without that sort of, that releasing of the old, you really can't bring the new in. And this is it's just the way life runs. So, you know, really, how can you give more to what's important? How can you release this? How can you be open to the new? It's pretty scary. Sometimes it's really difficult. But know that as I'm feeling around me, there's so much. There's so many in spirit that love you, and there's so many people on the physical that love you as well. Don't spend time with the people that don't honour you. Don't spend time with the thoughts you have that don't honour you, that don't uplift you. You know, this is really about putting your needs forth and going, right, what situations, what thoughts, what feelings, what people, what environments do I feel really good in? You know, what things really help me to express who I am and to feel really, really good about who I am, and honour what I am and who I am and what I want to do. That's going to be it. That's alright. Alright, they're telling me to, I can't remember if I've ever said this in any of my videos, I made up a bit of a technique. Sometimes, you know, even though I can talk with spirit, I get confused sometimes about what choice to make. So what I do is I hold my hands out there and I have two different choices, or I have a yes and a no hand. And I say to myself, you can ask your guides, you can ask your higher self, you can ask the Great Spirit, doesn't matter. Whichever hand has more sensation, that's the right choice for me. And go with that first bit. If you overthink it, you know, do it 3 times then. But it's about having a choice in each hand and just kind of weighing it up. And that sensation might be prickly, it might be fuzzy, it might be heat, your hand might be lifted up. You know, there might be a heaviness, any kind of sensation. If you're not sure about what the right choice is going to be, what the most appropriate choice for your needs is going to be, try this technique out, you know. And the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. I'm going to leave you with that. Let me know how you go, you know, if you want any information about working with me, about having a session with me, a private session, I've got all the links below. Just going to leave it there. Big love to you all, you know, really big love. Take care. They're passing through. Remember that we love you. We really love you.